orders. We have a report tonight from getting business
He's gonna do it right. It's all the engineer and.
Oh, the members,
Probably look up to him.
here,
I'm gonna do it.
no,
I don't want you to do it at night.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know there's 100 trees coming in.
Don't have on the agenda.
Oh, whatever, what do you plan on doing?
Excuse me, guys, we're trying to hear. Thank you.
Did I put you in the problem hearing? So the minutes will have us in that. We need secretary. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next item, and that is the public hearing. So the only thing I ask y'all is if y'all have an agenda, you'll notice that there's 4 different topics in public hearing. If you could speak in that order, so when the audience open it up for public hearing, and then and all I ask is that you've got 5 minutes, and whatever your input is, that's what this is about. That this is not, in my opinion, is not meant for discussion. You can ask the questions, and we'll consider them later. So say what you got to say, and that way you give a chance for everybody else to speak, plus for us to do our business later. So we appreciate that. So saying that, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for public input. Where's the sandwich? Okay, the first one we have is special use permit at 1956 Southern Spring Road, special use zoning to establish an RV trailer park. So do we have anyone who would like to speak? I haven't been with that, but I don't know what I am speak on.
I'm kind of confused on that. You got 1956 and you have 1331. 1331 is my physical address. Are there 2 RV parks going on Southern Spring Road?
One on one side of
Wasn't the other one 1318?
The applicant put down 1331 on the application.
That's my
Yes.
address.
Yes, but it's actually 1345.
Okay. The one in question now is 1956 Southern Spring Road. Is there anyone here to speak, would like to speak related to that? If not, we'll go over to the next one.
Can you talk what about 1956 is?
That would probably be, and your second year with us, your 1956 is your.
It's at County Road 329 and County Alternative Lake. The alternative lake? Okay, then I'd like to speak.
Yeah,
Just from here, is okay?
if you'd like to be up here, that's up to you.
Okay, well,
Right,
if
keep
it's
loud
fine, I'll
enough
just
here.
hear it here. So I'm Lisa Rodriguez. I'm the owner, my husband and I, at Brickwell Apartments, right there right behind Angelica's, basically. We are obviously against another trailer park, RV trailer park going in our area. You know, we like to believe that we are contributing to the community, that we are building a very nice facility, a very nice complex. We do our background checks, we check on people that are going in there, we make sure that not only our, in particular, tenants are comfortable and safe, but the people around them. You know, the neighbors, the locals that live there, they want to feel safe. Our plans are to continue to develop, but the way things are going, we've already gotten offers to build in other cities. It's consideration for us to move our development because of what's going in and around our apartments. We were told in the beginning that it was going to be a development of retail and commercial, of business, nice buildings going in there, and that's why obviously we took out a huge investment to build a nice building. We didn't, it's not a fly-by-night building, it meets every single code. It's an up-to-date, very nice building. We could have built it cheaper, we could have had a cheaper look, but we decided we wanted something nice. We have a nice tax bill too, so we're giving back to the city. We're making sure that, we're contributing. We're not just taking. And we're here for the long term, and we're here to make Floresville look nice. We've already had problems with the RV trailer park next to us. We've had vandalism, we've had trespassing, we have trash all over the place. They're constantly on our property, going over our property lines. I can't imagine having to deal with that all around us. And if that's the case, then, there's no point in continuing to put such an expensive investment around something that is not going to...
It's diminishing the value of the
Exactly, it's diminishing our value. It's hurting us, and there's no point in continuing that. But I really wish that, in making decisions, that the bigger picture is looked at and the long-term goal, not just a quick buck and not somebody that's not going to be able to give back to this community. Thank you.
You want to speak on this topic?
I'm not on the list. Do you need me to sign that before I speak, or?
Just give me some name and I'll let you.
Okay, Robert Starnes, S-T-A-R-N-E-S.
Related to the same, okay.
To the same property.
Go ahead.
We are actually the ones who are planning to come in and invest in this property. And there are some assumptions I think that you're making without knowing the full ramifications of this particular park. First of all, related to the park itself, we're not looking to build another man camp. I've researched all the way from Divine, Pearsall, Dilly, and I've seen some camps that are out there. We're looking at building an upscale park. Hopefully you have our architectural renderings that we submitted with our application. This park is being designed to not just reach the oil workers, but also family, vacationers, children. We're looking at putting in a swimming pool, hot tubs, grills, patio areas. We're looking at putting in very nice roads, not some of the crushed compact that you again see around the park. As far as security goes, I've worked in law enforcement for 29 years. I was a state trooper with DPS and with the U.S. federal government. Security is my background. We do plan on running checks on all of our people. And I do that for a couple reasons, because there's a school next door and I don't want any registered sex offenders in this park. And also we want to make sure this park is safe for the vacationer children that will be coming in. We will apply with some of the major RV park clubs. Passport America is one we've already reached out to. We do want to be a part of this community. We want to get involved in the community, giving scholarships, as well as supporting some of the local youth sports organizations. But above that, there's also jobs to be had here for the local. We've already identified and I've provided the names of some of the tradesmen who would be building this park. And the majority of them are from Floresville or Wilson County. There are jobs to be had in managing this park, as well as maintaining it. So we're just not a fly-by-night company coming in just to throw up a man camp. We actually want to build an RV park that will survive the oil boom and actually become a destination for Floresville. Now there's 17.34 acres here, and our first request is asking for the special use permit for the RV park. Our phase 2, that part of the property, we eventually will be coming in asking for requests for potential manufacturing, low-level manufacturing, that will again bring jobs to Floresville. Anyway, thank you very much for
Everybody signed up for this particular topic. I'm not sure
I'm on,
could be pretty good.
Yeah. I guess I could reiterate on that if you want,
On the same topic?
Yeah, now, basically, we're gonna talk about the same thing anyway. I mean, to me, it's ironic. I understand anybody who's gonna wanna capitalize on an investment like this at a time like this because of what's going on in the town. But, you know, I find it hard to believe that right now is the time to build an RV park for vacationers. I don't think so. It's a man camp, whether we look at it or not. And the problem with it is that it diminishes the property value of whoever's living in the area. So if we plan to sell anytime in the future or anything like that, nobody wants to buy a house where there's a man camp, you know, right next door, down the street. You're gonna have people with all types of backgrounds. I mean, it's easy to slip a background check these days. It doesn't mean you can't hide from sex offenders or drug offenders or anything like that. There's still people in this environment that are doing drugs or, you know, whatever they're doing. And, you know, as someone who's raising a family on that street, we're all a bunch of people just trying to raise families, and there's retirees on our street, and, you know, we have people living across the street from us right now. There's 8 people in one house, and I find it all, you know, ridiculous almost, because, you know, they're up all night doing God knows what, and, you know, keeping us up at night, and before that, it's a pretty quiet place. I can't imagine what 15, 20 trailers is gonna be like. There's gonna be these guys coming off their shift, barbecuing, drinking beer, doing whatever they do, and I personally am opposed to it, and I think we've been through this once before with you guys on the daycare, you know what I mean? So I've already gone as far as every single person on our street has signed a petition in opposition to this trailer park, and nobody is for it on our street at all.
Sir? Can we just get clarification on, there are 2 parks on Sutherland Springs, and just
Yeah,
make sure that,
I'm on the other side.
thank you.
the other one. Okay, anyone else? Planning to this one? Everyone who signed up has already spoken as far as his, for the one. How about, special use permit at 220 10th Street? Special use zoning, 7 RV trailer park? Okay, we're gonna sign up. Deborah, you signed up, but you didn't put, which one you want to speak on. You were first, so you want to speak? Well, you signed up, but.
No, I signed up with the ones that are in charge is Danny and Ernest.
No, but we're not on the agenda.
Wait, do you want to speak? Okay, all right. I just saw that he was first on the,
Thank you. I have nothing to
I'll tell you what, I got something to say, because I'm your biggest neighbor, okay?
Okay, is this related to which one?
Yeah, the 2220 10th Street,
Okay.
okay? And I'm gonna be their biggest neighbor. And I kinda agree with that gentleman over there, because, right now on Robin Rest, there's a trailer there with about 4 or 5 guys, and when they come in, they make a lot of noise. You know, and my son's already gone and talked to those people about, keeping the noise down during the week. I don't really care about what goes on during the weekend. You know, that's fine. Everybody likes to have fun, and I don't have no problem with that. But that is an issue, and it's a good issue that man has. Now, you bring all these trailers that you're gonna bring, and these guys, no matter how professional they make their area, you're gonna have those people there. You know, I'm asking for a privacy fence, and we'll probably work with that, and that's good. I don't wanna knock anybody's deal out, but I'm the primary neighbor, other than the apartments. You know,
Your name is, sir?
Gerald Lucio. Okay, sorry to interrupt. You know, but, once you mention that is an issue, because it's an issue right now. But the people that we've talked to, they've cooperated and toned it down during the week, and, I don't have a problem during the weekend, you know. That's my deal. And property value is another issue. You know, and I'm his biggest neighbor. I have 8 lots, you know, next to this man that's coming in. I'm trying to venture off into my little project there too. I've got a 6-inch water line coming right at the front of my property. How much pressure is that gonna take away? or that's something that I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, because it has to go through what's going on with La Quinta now, and then these guys coming in, depending on how many people come in, what's my guarantee on the water pressure from the city? You know, I'm not that big, so I can't handle something like that. You know, maybe somebody with a lot of money and you know, deep pockets, they could probably handle something like that. You know, me, I could fail because of something like that. You see, that's my property value, water pressure, and the fence. That's my only issue. You know, thank you. Yes, sir.
They offered out one more thing, I picked up this ordinance from Cindy, they actually had just briefly read over it. And one of the things it said is that no vehicle park will be allowed within FEMA flood hazard area. Now, that particular property is in the 500-year floodplain, so, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it's in that ordinance.
Talking about
Okay, as far as B2, okay, I think that everybody signed up. B3 is the 1331 Sutherland Springs Road. Does anybody have any input on? I got it.
Only the address. Yeah.
Mr. Mayo, I'd like to say a couple of things. I didn't sign up.
It'll be the third one, so. Well, let me, can I interrupt just a minute? Is there anyone that signed up that has any input related to this topic? No? Okay.
I'm going to plead a little bit of ignorance in that I don't understand what a special use permit is. With that being said, this past week the city was presented with a draft master plan. One of the things that was a huge priority in this master plan, or one of the things that they based a lot of the projections for in this master plan, was the population growth in the city. They're projecting about a 33% population explosion over the next 2 years in the city of Floresville. And severely emphasized the need for a wastewater system upgrade. I have some real concerns over putting in temporary housing or trailer parks and what kind of an impact that's going to have on our wastewater plant in the short term. Also in the short term, a couple of weeks ago, there was a meeting in Livernia with the oil company. And their number one priority was not temporary housing, was long-term sustainable housing. A gentleman came into my office yesterday, working for an oil company near Karnes City. His company has transferred the people from Louisiana. He couldn't find a house to buy. He is living in Selma and commuting to Karnes City. With those facts being said, I have a hard time saying, well, we need to give special use permits for these temporary places in and around residential areas, particularly when we don't know what kind of an impact that's going to have upon the property values of those taxpayers around it. Additionally, I have not read the ordinance, so I'm also going to plead ignorance to that. But if I look at the RV park that's sitting next to, between the business loop and 181 near Conley Memorial Hospital, it looks nothing more like crusher rock with a couple stub-ups for electricity, water, and sewer. And if I look at the one near Angelica's, it looks the same way. Do we have in this plan some kind of appearance standards of these parks? Fences, greenery, facilities. You know, if I go there in a pickup, can I stay there? But I'm not going to have shower capabilities? Or I'm not going to have toilet capabilities? You know, do we have some minimum standards for these things? I don't object to a high-class park. Okay? I object to maybe where it is. And if there are no standards as to how we're going to build this park, is it going to be a crusher work park? If that's the standard, it doesn't matter what he promises. All he has to do is meet the standard. And those are the objections I have to it. And it's just my opinion.
What is your name, sir?
Cute.
Everybody knows your name. Anyone else? So that was on 1335, so it's
45, I think. Yeah.
okay, we'll move on to number 4. Public hearing, gather citizen input on rezoning of property 1813 Stanton Street. Residential to commercial. Rezoning of established plan.
I find out, when I did what.
Your opinion?
Okay, yeah, we're opposed to it, we're gonna go back, and, that right of way that's right next to it, cut that lot into a 65-foot lot instead of, normal width that it was supposed to be originally. We're against it because it's of tax purposes, blocking of the driveway, that's a perpetual right of way. And like that, my dad owns the property, so, we're against that, definitely against it. And, I don't see it to where a business, I know it's a single wide mobile home, next wide, there before, and they had ample, it was residential, they had ample parking, they had an RV there, people, the habits that live there, would do work for your company, there'd be like security out in the old field and everything, so, and then they had filters that they're forced to go on the tenant. That's the way it's been sold, and it's been fine to make it commercial, but I don't see what anything would be there that there was lots of drivers, any type of commercial building that required parking or anything of that nature. And we do need that for our own fire protection and everything else, also, at all times.
Okay, anyone else? Well, go ahead, Tony, go ahead.
You guys want to say?
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with him, it's too little, and if they need something, we're not gonna have like enough space, I don't know.
You're a neighbor too?
Yeah. We have better, regular reasons. Because of taxes too, it's gonna affect all the taxes. So it is, there's already a business across the street from that particular.
Okay, so we have. Okay, we've got 3 folks that signed up to speak, besides Mr. Martinez, Ms. Lambert.
My name is Brad Lambert. My wife and I have a business in San Antonio, 28 years old. We're a fly-by-night organization. I understand the concerns about the property. The building we're proposing to build is a 50 by 50, which is well within the limits, 5 foot off of each side. The property is 165 foot deep, I believe, which leaves adequate parking in the front. And in fact, we intend to fence the back with a privacy fence, keep some of that in natural grass, and even set up a playground area for our grandkids, because we work, we're self-employed. When the grandkids come in, they gotta come to work with us. It's just that simple. We have a low noise. We don't handle any chemicals that are hazardous beyond what you handle under your sinks. We have a multifaceted business where we do mounting, we do rubber stamps in-house, we do engraving in-house, we do copies in-house, we are both notaries, we have a laminating business where we can laminate anything up to 54 inches wide in-house. We sell some laminating supplies, most all of that at this point is not walk-in trade. It's, with the exception of the city of Floresville, with the exception of the Floresville School District, excuse me. All of that's pretty much internet, phone, and we ship it out. It doesn't affect our parking much at all where the supply in the business is. We also make banners and signs. What we're offering is we want to downsize our business and move it to Floresville. This is my dad, my family's hometown. We want to come back here where she and I can handle it. There will also be the possibility of hiring 1 or 2 employees, depending on what the workload ends up being down here. But like I said, the confines of the building do not impede this gentleman's ability to go back and forth to his work. In fact, that portion of the road would end up being asphalted, just like the parking lot would be maintained in better condition than it is now. So we'd like to move our business down here. It's just that simple. Not high noise, we're not dealing with chemicals, we're a quiet business, and we are not open on the weekends. We don't intend to be open on the weekends. I never want to be open on the weekends. So we're talking about just, right now our hours to accommodate our customers are 8 to 5:30 Monday through Thursday. So the customers just get off work at 5 o'clock. If they need to come in, they can. And 8 to 3 on Fridays. Occasionally we don't get out at 3 o'clock on Friday because we're self-employed, but that's our basic work hours. Thank you.
Thank you. There were Ray Lambert that signed up also.
Robert, I think Brad pretty much covered it all. Looking at some things for this particular business on the Sandy Street. There's like approximately 8 commercial businesses already running. A church, a school, and digging in the city records, I can't find, and maybe you can find, but this easement is not recorded, deeded, or accepted by the city.
I have it.
We couldn't find it today. Not saying it's not there, but city couldn't find it. So with all that going commercial, yes, that's great. That's not a problem. Nobody intends to change it, but it's a 15-foot driveway. It's not a big, it's not big. So anyway, with that much commercial going on there, Robert, I don't think it's going to affect it's already there. Thank you.
Thank you. That's everyone that signed up to speak. I can give 5 more minutes if someone else wants to speak. Probably shouldn't do that, but
For clarification, the easement is 12 foot, and there is a 5 foot off of that 12 foot.
All right, thank you. Okay, if we have no one else who wants to speak, then I'll go ahead and...
Mr. Lee, I would like to emphasize about the water pressure that Mr. Mitchell was talking about. And at our apartment, they are up to code, fire code, they're fire sprinkled, alarms monitored at all times. Water pressure being the main problem in Floresville in general. you know, I'd like to speak the emphasis on how it would affect my establishment in the facts of protection, of fire protection. You know, if the water pressure goes down for any more RVs, and we're actually fed off of the same line that the RV park would be would be, you know, servicing by, and you know, what's that going to do to the pressure if in fact there was an incident that occurred at the apartment to where, you know, the fire sprinklers were set off? Would there be adequate pressure to extinguish any type of flame? Would there be? Would it stay in compliance? So, you know, I hope y'all understand that anything and everything that goes on around Floresville has an impact somewhere. And if, you know, y'all are more than aware about the water pressure in general throughout the city. So,
Can I add to that, Robert? Just that also, that was one of the key points in the master plan presentation this past week, that the city does have adequate water to keep itself to 2020. That was not the issue. The distribution system and tapping into it at any point, the city does not have the ability to project what it's going to do to water pressure. And that was one of the key recommendations in this master plan, was the hydraulic mapping of the city system, so that one could determine if an RV park is going to affect a fire protection system, or even the ability to turn on a faucet in a home. And a 6-inch main, well, that could be significant.
Okay, so, I guess you guys close the public hearing. It is raining. Okay, we're gonna move on to the budget consideration and action replan.
I'm Joe. How's it going? All that street's mine. The entire street's mine. So what? Watch it. You know, you put a there's three of them. There's two in the front. I think So you can cook there. You ain't gonna borrow nothing. They're pretty heavy. Roll up the door. Garcia, you. No, we have a problem. One of them has like 5 or 6 guys who go over there. They're coming. Somebody else is going to come. I'll be the last person to complain about it. I'm just not one of those guys. I do my water feeds on the street, 3
Because the people who own that property, it's like a corporation. I try to get a hold of them, contact them. It's something Lakes, Floresville Lakes LLC Corporation.
And all you gotta do is just make 1 or 2 attempts on certified messages, they'll respond to whatever you want.
Try calling them.
All I hear is about this guy right there where he's at. That's all I hear about. You know what I mean? We're very private. Like, you don't see a lot of people like
This is our part, we got a very good seat, so if y'all want to have a gathering somewhere else, feel free, but keep it quiet otherwise. Okay? Thank
Property, 703.5 Fourth Street. It wants to be rezoned from commercial to special purpose. Make a motion to accept.
that property at 703.5 foot.
Oh, I guess I should say that we want to rezone section B, which is part of this one on Fourth Street.
Okay, but it, what I have in our agenda is replat property. That's how it was in that city of yeah. So, did you already?
We are on pretty cameras. They're talking about what they think of could go on in the whole community area. They're having a meeting by themselves. We're just sitting back, just watching, talk about it.
Point of order, if the public is going to be a part of this business, it needs to hear its business. Can you speak up louder?
I'm sorry, I'm nursing my phone. Yeah, it is an RV park. Well, actually, RV units to be brought in temporarily to move, make some customers visit the park.
And Mr. Starks, again, you have here 100 RV back-in sites. Total guest sites shown as 100. But yet RV storage space is 45. So is it 45 or other spaces that you're...
The RV storage is basically an open lot that if someone wanted to store an RV, it's not hooked up to any utilities specifically for storage.
So you're going to have 55 RV spaces, is that what you're saying?
Right here is the open. And the actual new rendering shows, I believe it's 98. That will diminish a bit because we do have 2 gas lines that run across the property, and there is an easement, so we will need to reduce the number of sites that run over and around the easement. So the number comes up to, I believe it's around 90, 95 sites.
But do you have any, proposed any on-site benefits?
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
You're real close to an alternative school. You're very close to an alternative school there. And we're very concerned about the right element of being next to an alternative school. So how do you propose to let those people in the
We plan on running criminal background checks on every tenant who comes in and to stay at the park. We plan on having a privacy fence.
No, that check is just going to be the owner of the trailer, the RV, or the person that's going to be living there.
The person who will be living in the
That's it.
Yeah, because they rent, one person rents the slot, and then he has somebody come in.
You know, the company will buy it. What's his word? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If a company's getting wanted by several, we still would require individual who would be deciding at that particular site.
I also want to remind the board that he's applying for a special use permit for an RV park. This particular land, the ordinance states that it needs to be in a commercial property. Now, this land is not zoned any such.
It's not residential, it's residential, right?
No,
It's
it's
agriculture.
Is it really?
Yes, sir.
You know, it's not-
then they can't shoot it.
I was in a two-step process, that's what she's got.
Do you have paperwork that you talked to Phillips and all? Or just,
I went by and visited with them, attended my architectural rendering, and they're working on engineering plans for the meter lease. But I don't have any. I I provided who I spoke with and the date I spoke to the
He has here on his request overview on the wastewater, that we do have the capacity. But I have to do some more research on that because I did consult with someone on that, and there's not very good gravity flow in that area, and he may require to have a lift station there. I know you spoke to our public works person, but I want to verify with him just to make sure, because I got feedback from someone else saying that this is not.
Yeah, we actually went out to the property and shot grade, and the nearest sewer tie-in would be at the cul-de-sac on that new road that's permanently paved. And it's, the pipe is 14 feet deep, and we went and shot grade, formal grade, and it will work without having the gravity flow for that part. Will work for that sewer tie-in.
And then my other concern to the board is, if you see in your packet, the property, it does have a strip for the floodplain crossing. Okay, and then if you see in the ordinance, it does state that you cannot develop a RV park in a floodplain. Yes.
That's correct, but if you look at those renderings, there's nothing, no site has be built into the floodplain.
My concern is not so much as the site pass, it's the access to go to it now.
Yeah, I'm assuming alternative lane has already been engineered or to traverse the flood zone.
But you're not using alternative lane, are you? It's ingress, egress?
That will be our plan.
That's going to put some traffic there.
Mr. Chairman, the recommendation from the point of view of compliance with your ordinance, and this has come up time and time again with the P&Z process, I recommend to you rather strongly that you get your documentation that you're predicating this approval and all the other approvals on in writing. Because when it comes to the council, I'm going to recommend to that gentleman there that he recommend to the council that unless it's in writing, signed off by an engineer, certified and sealed, it is not be approved. Now, Mr. Miller and several other people raised questions about water. This gentleman is also proposing to use a private well, which violates your CCM process. You cannot have service for larger than 15 in a private system. And I don't think you ought to have any private systems inside the city of Floresville. Okay, and your ordinance says that. So to get to the point quickly, you need Phelps's approval in writing, you need the sewer approval in writing, you need the water approval in writing, you need the floodplain approval in writing, or you don't have any business of reviewing and approving at this level. Otherwise, you're taking on the responsibility of doing exercising and sealing of the professionals between law and with those approvals. An architect still needs to be using water, still need to know that diurnal curve. You might as well learn what the diurnal curve is. That's not your urinal curve. That's the curve which says that in the morning you have maximum use from 6 to 8. In the evening you have maximum use from 6 to 8. That's the time when you're going to have people that are approaching that area saying, hey, I can't make the shower, or I can't make whatever it is that needs service. And I'm going to share with you an experience that I had when I first started practicing in the water law. I had a public meeting like this one, where somebody with a big pipe fitter wrench hanging off his coveralls came to the front and said, you turned the water off yesterday because you didn't have adequate service, and you didn't have coverage for me, and my wife was on the way to the hospital to have a heart procedure, and she ended up in the shower with soap on. Now, that's an extreme case, but we don't need to get to the point where we're in those cases. We need to get the process perfected
to where it comes here with the professionals signing off, so that this committee, that council that you're gonna present to with an affirmative recommendation, has it in writing that these utility requirements are met, that the floodplain requirements are met, and the only way to do that is with an engineer's fee.
Well, just a question on that. My understanding is there's a zoning request, and then there's a permitting request. Now, I was told by a civil engineer who I found using on this, that if you don't want to go in and spend all the money on the engineering, once you've got the zoning, but if you do that, the zoning says no, then you spend all this money on the engineering that has been put down.
Well, you've got one requirement right here that the Nichols has pointed out to you. You're in the floodplain. We have several ordinances that say you can't be in the floodplain. I don't know how to get around that, but for an engineer's review and approval. And I'm not gonna sit here and look at your plan, quite frankly. No, I'm not.
It's not in the floodplain.
Well, he just got into telling you it is.
The part that we're planning to build the RV sites are not in the floodplain, per ordinance.
But the access.
So entrance to front side of the building.
Well, yeah, again, alternative lane, I'm assuming that has already been engineered. I don't know that I can work with the county on that to see that it's been engineered, but I'll be looking for you to tell me what standard that you need to show that alternative lane has engineered to the point that this committee or the council would accept.
And again, it's just to show, that I'm thinking plainly. And the thing is, right now it's raining, and if we have a significant amount of rain out at this site, you're gonna have 100+ trailers that you want out there wanting to exit. They're gonna put themselves in trouble exiting this area because egress and ingress is in a floodplain. That's my concern, sir. And as a floodplain manager, certified floodplain manager, it's my responsibility to ensure that that doesn't happen.
Okay, so if I understand what this committee needs, is something from the county that says that road passes the FEMA egress ingress.
And I would say, not from the county. We want a professional engineer with a seal on it that certifies that this is something that meets city requirements. So you're asking the city for the approval, not the county.
Okay. And above that, also we need to
Get their approval that they're gonna put the meter loops down there, that it meets their requirements, bring that in here to show that we got that approval. And somebody for sewer, somebody for water. And the water issue, that's a particular issue, if you're gonna use well water in the city, that's not been the practice, that violates our CCM. That's a public water supply application to the CCQ. Our ordinance says you're gonna use city water.
Okay. Then we'll forego the well. Could I get this information quickly before
I recommend not, I recommend it done properly here, because I'm not gonna recommend.
We have another meeting in a week. Our normal meeting is usually, y'all don't mind, we'll just go ahead and table this, I believe, and thank you till our regular, special meeting, get you from our regular. So you get with her before the next meeting, and I'll get back to her.
And I'm trying to get all of us uniform, so that you're not the first one, you're not the last one I'm picking on. Please.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on, table it. Yeah, Chairman, table it.
Well, you can do it, but I recommend that there be a motion.
And second, the table, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Item number 3. Okay, next item on the agenda is consideration of action to approve special zoning of property at 2220 10th Street. This is Rose.
It's actually Mr. Garcia.
Yes, 10th Street.
I'm sorry. No, we just covered our mic. Oh, I see. Thank you. Okay, did engineer record for this property, payment for use of resources, and it complies with the current ordinance. And got, the several list of requirements that have to be met for this kind of development. So we did, went through the whole ordinance and showed the set of plans that show that in every regard it does meet the ordinance. So, is there any questions or commentary there?
How many spaces?
It's about 160 units.
And were you planning to do this in phases or?
Phases, yeah.
And your phases, how many phases and how many per phase?
About 3 phases, about 50 per phase, roughly.
Starting when, the front, back?
That, I think we have looked at for it to be split in 3 ways.
And which would be the first phase?
Well, the front portion, that front 10th Street, and well, actually, would be from here, then these 3 drives would be developed, and then only developing the first third portion that's closest to 10th Street, and then it would, phase 2 would be the middle part and the last part.
What's your time frame?
As needed.
No, I mean, how long until phase 2?
Well, once the first 50 fill up, or let's say, probably getting about 30, and then starting the second phase, so it's ready while the rest is filling up.
Do you have any buffer plan, like trees,
Yes.
fence?
Yeah, we're gonna have pipes and fences to make it that run along. The east side, well, on that side, we're gonna put, either chain link or barbed wire fence on that side.
Because how much roll?
Well, you know what, I think that's more for security reasons,
Right.
so that nobody can jump the fence, if they do, they'll get cut.
Okay.
And then on the back end, of course, that's already fenced. The front end, we would put some landscaping in there, we're gonna put some nice fencing, we're gonna put nice fencing, there'll be trees.
Still, there's plenty of open space there, including, so all this open area.
Street lights.
And then do you have here for what utilities?
That's, Floresville.
I looked at it, but our engineer has some that. So, but he does show, I mean, David does have the, how big was that main back there, David?
Andy, is that a 12-inch main?
I thought it was 8.
I'm not sure, David, just on it,
I want to
Talking
verify.
about the water main
No, yours.
or the sewer?
The
I
sewer
think
that was in the
I
back.
believe it's 12 inch. I'm pretty sure it's 12 inch.
I just want to verify that.
I'm
I know it's back there, and I know that they
I
installed
believe
it.
it's 12 inch.
Oh. No, we haven't. We really submitted these, but they were never got full contact from the city or from anybody. Typically, you receive what
I respect your steel there, but I'm wanting to go back.
Sure.
Back up the sewer and back up the water to make sure that it connects and we've got to have the capacity to provide the service here.
Absolutely. No, there is plenty of fault here, so that because, there's issues with any kind of flow.
Do you know anything about whether the lines are full capacity or adequate capacity for you?
Yes,
You see the lines?
yes. So it's proposed about 6 inch. It'll tie into whatever, so it's 8 or 12 and
Yeah, I'm not questioning the time, I'm just questioning
Six on the
capacity.
property. That's the line on the
yeah,
property.
we could coordinate that with Larry Hunt.
Okay, 'cause we
We'll
just
see
have
what the
water,
master plan is.
water and sewer and all that stuff.
Oh, you didn't get anything from Phelps? But the right company?
Oh. No, we did contact them, they started planning once the, line from development, private to development, right before development starts, and we have to go through the pipe, learn what's available, we didn't know what's available, I think there's underground primary here at this morning, so we would feed off of this, and we'd go overhead of it, underground, and they would fit transformers as needed, so, but that's part of their planning.
So
So we're coordinating with them.
okay, so nothing's been confirmed on,
No, but we did contact them, didn't seem concerned, they knew their capability to service property.
We've got the same issue with this one as we did with the previous one.
Right, there's no same question about security and management. You know, what do you do?
Basically, security, we're gonna have security, a security gate, so that only the people that need to be in there are in there.
Electronic gate?
Yes, and they'll have a keypad, so those who need to get in or work later, they can come in and out. And, then again, there's a lot of fence, you know, but, you know, when you
There's barbed wire fences all the way around it.
I'm just a new one, that's all. Put some new ones in.
No, you're gonna put a feet of fire. You can't put that right in there. This north on this side here, we'll install a tree line that he's already been manager and. You can all the people manager.
I'm gonna make the same recommendation, so we unify on the policy, we can make that a week from now, and get it approved.
Then I'll make a motion to table it.
And secondly, we will table, item
But you've got a lot of demand here for one.
I know the Larry, okay, motion to
We're meeting again.
this is the 4th.
all right, we're scheduling it. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, motion passes. I'll be written down,
Was I there?
are they?
Another requirement for it.
Or is it only this one, so, something like that? I don't read it, I want to make sure you got it.
Yeah, I'll get with you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna submit this to Timer, and then he'll give us his comments,
Okay.
and also what was the comments before the next one. No, he does have his staff, he did do the work on it, so we're still gonna verify.
We've got the capacity to provide the service to each one. But that may be a problem with that.
We did address both sides of the bridge. Okay. All right. Item number 5, consideration action to approve special zoning of property subject Southern Smith. This is crazy.
Is Mr. Marlowe here? The property in question, yes, it is in the residential area. And especially
Item number 5, special zoning property at 1345 Southern Spring Road.
That's 1331. It was 1349.
This is 1345, but on our agenda, item number 5 of this is 1331 Southern Spring Road.
when, the Martinez's sold a lot to Mr. Marlowe, he sold it separately. And this address came out on the CAD. So, the 1331. So when all the paperwork was final with the title office, it came back to the CAD as 1345.
But it's the identical property.
It's the identical property, yes.
Any other questions? Okay, not going to put in those. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Ordinance passes 5-0. Item number 6, consideration action to approve rezoning from residential to commercial at 1813 Stanton Street. Mr. Lambert, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
We get both of them.
You get both?
Only that, we have no intention of being that neighbor. We have no intention of blocking the right of way. As a matter of fact, if the city allows an apron across the easement, the right of way, although we can't block the right of way off for fire hazard reasons, the right of way shouldn't even be used that much, other than by y'all, by us going back to the place. We do want to be part of the growth of this city. We don't have a business like ours here. And we want a little slower pace than what we're getting in San Antonio. So that's basically all I have to say. Thank you.
Everything is higher than when we go to commercial. The black is reserve property. And the highlighted yellow is the easement question. Which one is the easement? Doesn't matter, it doesn't apply to it. Doesn't affect what wants to be like.
Would y'all be making an additional entrance?
Recopying that one.
Oh, okay. So the easement y'all would want.
Sure, you did it, you have opportunity. If you block it,
No, but what I didn't know if you were gonna make another.
Hopefully, the city will allow us a curb cut, in which case all the traffic will be coming in and out there,
Yeah.
rather than on the easement at all.
That would be okay.
Yes.
Just say this is-
So it'll work without the zoning curve, because we can't use the backside line of the curve, first of all. Then I understand that will work.
Any questions?
The only thing we're, I'm afraid of is, if this business doesn't succeed, we already zoned this as a commercial zone. I worry of
20 years.
a dance hall or
28
something.
years in.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, you know, things can change, you know. Well, I'm just saying,
You're crossing the school.
I'm just saying, 5, 10 years, you never know. You know, it's a thought, that's why. You know, we have that saying, one individual and no life. You know, we want to do a vision. I'm just,
We have control over what comes in there, say something happens.
well, we have to make sure we have that.
We do have an ordinance if they wanted to use like a dance hall, a bar, certain type of, yes. Yes, we do have ordinances for regulation. I see his plan, he does get the setback.
What is it that you know what I mean? I mean, you know, that doesn't mean that. What kind of vehicles go in there?
What kind of vehicle?
Doesn't mean that.
Customers are not going to be parked.
We have a Jeep and a one-ton truck.
And they're only at one time, it's like a fire truck or an ambulance going in.
Does anybody have one?
I'm 61 years old, so I'm minding the best of them. You can look up.
Well, and I have the same concern, I wouldn't want to, it would be as much of a fire hazard for us if that easement was blocked. Bottom line, that car, if you got any car parked out front, and the easement is blocked. Yeah. I believe that when we someone was going to do all these.
Ninety percent of our business comes in over the fax machine and the telephone, and then we ship it out. That's one of the reasons that we decided that we should move from downtown San Antonio into Floresville. It's not going to affect our business we already have established, because our business comes in over the phone, and the fact it's not walking. We may have 2 people a day that walk through our building. So parking is not going to be.
Can you propose some way to control them not blocking his driveway?
Well,
Such a strong.
we're in the sign business, we can put up as many signs as you want. You know, do not block this entrance, or you will be towed. Our parking, like I said, our personal parking is going to be on the side of the building, the side of the easement, so that way people would not be pulling
So y'all would
in
be
that
controlling
direction.
the.
Yeah, so they would be blocking, the public parking would be in the front of the building.
How far are you from 10th Street? 10th Street? 181. 181? Yeah. 500 yards, sorry? You know, across the street from the boutique, which is right next to the school, right?
You come out through here and,
I got a,
sure.
Yeah, I have,
they got storage.
Let me ask you a question, on the city easement on the road. I know we can't build them, I know that, but could we pave it and exit out the side of it?
Again, that's the state,
Okay,
that's their right of way.
okay. I mean, either way, it's not a problem, it would, if we could do that, it would alleviate some of the fear.
Just to go back on the easement issue, the easement's gonna remain a record.
Correct.
Okay. It's not a record now, but it's been surveyed and it needs to be recorded.
Correct. It is recorded.
It is recorded?
Yes, I should have a copy of it at the house.
What are you saying, you couldn't find it, Bill?
What's it?
Oh, it is recorded.
Cause it started out, under my brother owned that land, and then my uncle and dad owned all the rest of that. Years before I did that, yeah. But it was, when my brother sold that to the attic, they made a special right of way and was recorded and deeded. My brother in turn, when he sold that property, deeded to me. The easement, yes, sir.
But no one's contesting it being there.
No.
Services. The only point I thought was that we ought to make it clear that it's a record as part of our plan. So nobody's gonna, we need the city to come fix it later problem.
Exactly.
I agree.
The city asked to come before, if there was city property, cover the name,
Well, then we need to get Cindy's name on it.
because of the tax that they're paying.
I
Well,
suggest if
it-
you're gonna approve it, that it be conditioned on getting it recorded as part of the property.
I agree, and it is part of the actual property that we have purchased,
No, I'm
but it
saying,
will be, yes,
An easement.
an easement.
And it was, if I can find that copy, I have it, 15-foot wide. And I think it now is down to 14.9.
Around the telephone pole.
That's the right.
Yeah.
The property trends are there.
We're not doubting that.
No,
This is not record.
yeah, I mean, if that's acceptable to everybody, just make the motion accordingly.
Okay, do we have any more questions?
No.
I'm okay. So we're ready to take that, all one. So, I'll entertain a motion.
What do you want to sign? I move that we approve,
Whatever's written on the agenda.
I move that we approve rezoning from residential R1 to commercial C at 1813 Spanish Street, provided the easement is included
Of record,
of record
when we go forward to the council.
when we go forward to the council. We'll have the easement with the package going.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by, Harley, second by Mr. So, that was approved, is item number,
We have this for the record.
yeah. So, we are rezoning from residential to commercial at 1813 and, correct? Okay. Any other discussion? Questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carries. 5-0.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Item number 7.
Discuss meeting with Brad Lambert. This is my wife, Pat. Yeah. Well, better be prepared, not needed, not be prepared, needed. Thank you all very much. Brad Lambert.
Item number 7 will be consideration and action to approve.
Patty, don't remember to swear your name, the sheet on the Campground Railroad. Okay, you work for Campground. My wife, Patty.
For all city.
Good to see you.
And resolve.
Hey, ma'am.
Mr. Rosenberg, can you explain first, explaining this?
Planning, we have some projects that are actually originated by city agencies. We have projects that are originated by private entities. And we had a project come to us that came out of 4B. It got kind of ahead of us, and we had to come back and back up into the water and sewer issue that we discussed tonight. It was very similar, whether we had capacity for it. And we're, as part of the manager's contract, the council has adopted a program that if they have a particular matter that they want to make sure that is uniformly handled by staff, they handle it with the council directive. The last and first council directive was to have the city manager be the TICIA, or the Texas Public Information Act officer for the entire city, and to have all the records requests routed to the manager, and the manager would be responsible for making the appropriate timely response. This is a little different in nature, but the idea is to direct all the city agencies that the P&Z process is integral to all that we do and to try and make it uniform and standard. And we talked about this earlier. Part of this has to do with the new master plan. Part of it has to do with having a seal. Part of it has to do with making sure city gets to review everything that comes, whether it comes from a city agency or it comes from a private individual, that it's all been reviewed by an engineer, and you know when you're looking at it, it's okay on the floodplain, it's okay on TxDOT if that's an issue, it's okay on the sewer if that's an issue, it's okay on the salt. All the utility issues, planning and zoning issues, you've had a chance to have them heard. And I'm interested in it from kind of a different point of view, and that is as attorney to the manager, the council, and the city itself, I'm interested in having the P&Z process work for everything consistently and uniformly, so that when we grow, we're not leaving a lot of this stuff to happenstance, that we have the process. And Larry Heimer, as long as he's the city engineer, he gets a crack at it where it's appropriate, and it goes through you, and you don't have the chance to do what you did tonight.
Should there not be a checklist that they are given?
Cindy and I are working on a checklist. Yeah, we're working on a checklist, and with a little luck, you'll have it at the next meeting. Okay?
We started, what, a year ago?
Yeah. But the point is this is a directive to the manager, and the manager thought this ought to come from P&Z. It's your agency that's been left out, and so you ought to be the one saying, hey, we want to be in the loop. Then it goes to the city, and of course the manager's integral because he's the chief officer for planning, zoning, and all of that goes on in the city. So the thought was it ought to come from you as a recommendation for the council's adoption, and then that becomes a directive to 4A, 4B, any recreational planning that goes on, any road building that goes on, anything else that goes on by the city that we're following city's rules or ordinance that covers land use. Okay, and it fits with the new master plan item that Jim Miller mentioned. Okay.
Is that, you're referring to the one that was presented at the city council? Can we get copies of that, or is it completed?
Well, it's not completed, I'm sorry, it's completed as a draft.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
You're so quiet, you got to look at it.
And all this is looking for is trying to get consistent, okay?
That, the consistency is very important.
And on the two that you tabled, all I was trying to do is to get the message out that we want Cindy to have the seal of the engineer, to know that seal and that product that you're gonna approve have gone to Larry in some review process if it's more than one lot that you think. And that he signed off if there's water, sewer, and TxDOT if it's appropriate, and whatever. Okay? Now, the other issue that's not really here through you for checklist purposes, and you have some areas in the city where we can't sewer. Well, that has to be part of the master plan and part of your checklist. Okay? Unless we're willing to make some significant exceptions of what we can. Okay?
Which is always viable.
It's viable, but the point is if we're doing a master plan, we want a master plan to contemplate sewage at any place inside the city. Okay? So we're trying to grow up and get to the party and be consistent on all this.
Let me ask,
Catch up and grow up.
you said that, special use can only be, given to a commercial piece of property. There was two pieces here that are not commercial yet,
Well,
that they're asking for special use.
One's
for.
agricultural.
Well, it's still not commercial.
and it wasn't put on the agenda for double action tonight, so that's the other thing that you kind of skipped over.
But I don't, it's my first meeting, I'm just getting warmed up.
Okay, planning and stuff, let's stick with that.
And just for the, just to make note, any of y'all, if you're interested, to help me with the checklist, this checklist, call me, let's make an appointment, that way we can get some kind of, something going. I do have something, but there's a lot more involved. There's a lot more involved.
Email us all out.
Yes. Cool, yes.
I'll email it.
What do you need further to do?
Move to move, send it to the council.
He knows that we, the city is right.
I would say, but I don't know what the agency is. Bring it for is more consistency.
That's true.
If the project is an agency, you have the same standard as you would if it's private.
Something here, and
And then it's consistent what we're reading. And correct me if I'm wrong, what we receive from these people will be consistent. Instead of, oh, I got that, which wrong, so said that.
I move to approve this action.
I second.
Moved and seconded to approve this action, all those in favor? All opposed?
I didn't think we were.
Okay, that's all